We know that Southeast Asia consists of several countries and formed a special alliance followed by all countries in Southeast Asia called ASEAN or ASEAN Nation of South Asian nations. Further, close solidarity is formed between Southeast Asian countries. Rarely heard of conflicts that are in Southeast Asia unlike in other parts of the continent. So, it's no wonder ASEAN works with each other for the prosperity of its people and the progress of the country, starting from the fields of economy, knowledge, and others. In fact, Asian countries often exchange labor to help their countries' labor needs. But that's where a very inhuman problem often occurs, namely human trafficking, carried out by unscrupulous people and the economic needs of the worker so that he is forced to work in a foreign country illegally.
Human trafficking is all form of moving, recruiting, sending people for the purpose of exploitation. In the process of human trafficking, general as acts of violence, deception, and also coercion, exploitation in the form of coercion into sex work, slavery, forced labor, and also the sale of organs where child trafficking is usually in the form of selling children abroad to be adopted and used as bigger or as slave or sheep. In the case of human trafficking, this is a very big problem, but in Southeast Asia and in the international arena and violates human rights. Most victims of human trafficking are women because many of them are used as commercial sex workers. In general, these women work achieve the traffic invitation to improve their family economy. They are pursued with very good job and free education. There are also many cases of human trafficking in Indonesia. Indonesia is not only a source country for human trafficking, but also a transit country and destination for human trafficking. UNICEF said that around 100,000 children and women are trafficked for sexual exploitation in Indonesia and abroad. 30% of women sold into prostitution are under 18 years old, and 4,000 and 7,000 Indonesian children are victims of sexual exploitation. These victims are trafficked for sexual exploitation in Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Taiwan, Spain, Hong Kong, and the Middle East. A number of these Indonesian women are also employed as unpaid helps under threatening conditions. These women were lured in with promise of decent jobs and high salaries. Not only in Indonesian, human trafficking also occurs in various other South Asian countries such as Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, Laos, Cambodia, Brunei, Thailand, Vietnam also experience the same thing as Indonesia. For example, in Singapore is one of the destination countries for a number of women and children trafficked for the purpose of sexual exploitation. Several women from China, Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, and Vietnam national will become immigrant in Singapore to work in sexual, tourist and the formal sector. Also in Malaysia, the Malaysian Ministry of Foreign Affairs said there were at least 100 Malaysian women trafficked abroad during 2006, and there was an increase every year. They are trafficked for commercial sex work to Singapore, Macau, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, Canada, and the United States. Almost all countries in South Asia experience the same thing in human trafficking.
So, how can human trafficking be residents of heaven not heaven anymore? Of course, there are several ways to prevent this terrible case from happening again. The first is the availability of jobs. Lack of jobs is the main problem of human trafficking that often occurs in Southeast Asia, because the main reason they want to work abroad is because they are unemployed in their own country and want to benefit from foreign countries. So, when there is a lot from people to work abroad with low salaries without knowing what there is the legal or illegal, they immediately achieve in without thinking. The second is the tag security of the sea route. Why the sea route? Because that is the route that is often used by illegal Indonesian and foreign workers to get to their destination country. The short distance between Asian countries and the lack of security from the authorities are the reason why the sea route is often used to bring illegal workers in and out of countries in Southeast Asia. These two things are very important things to pay attention to, especially to government official in Southeast Asia countries.